Hello again, my name's Kevin. You're watching Leatherneck Prepper. What I've got for you today is a Dietz lantern. It's a kerosene lantern. You can also use, if I'm not mistaken, I said you can use citronella oil, or however you say that, a type of oil, regular lamp oil. You cannot use gasoline, but you can use kerosene. So I purchased this about a week ago, and I filled it up about halfway with kerosene K1 so that I could let the wick start absorbing the kerosene. I do not recommend buying it, putting kerosene in it, and then lighting it immediately. Give it at least a half an hour to get the wick good and wet. Used to absorb it, absorb the kerosene, get all the way up to the top, to where it's actually at the top of the part of the wick is actually going to burn. You also want to make sure that over time you keep your wick trimmed. It starts getting hard, little crusties on it. Trim just ever so slightly out, and keep some spare wicks. So about this wick, it's adjustable, of course. You can see here, left goes down, right goes up. You can see the wick coming up and down. You want to keep about 1/8 of an inch up when you're burning. That's about as high as you want it to go. It has a real nice spout. Now, this one was a little bit more pricey versus the $10 Walmart job. This was $35. I got it on Amazon, and I used the link from JJ Johnson's webpage. It didn't cost me anything extra, but it helps out his channel since he has an affiliation with Amazon. So if you're going to order one, use his link. It helps him out, and it doesn't cost you anything. So anyhow, it has a real nice cap. It's got a rubber seal on it. So I'm sure you can see that rubber seal how well you can, but I filled it up about halfway. You never really want to go more than 3/4 of the way up. Alrighty, come on, cooperate. You don't want to go more than 3/4 of the way up, simply because you don't want to overfill it and then have it fuel tipping out everywhere. Keep your cap on nice and tight. Ooh, nice kerosene smell. There's 3 types of these lanterns, and for the life of me, I cannot remember all of them. But Dave Canterbury just did a video on all 3 different types, which is really cool. This has a hook up top for hanging if you want to as well, and it has the carry handle. Alright, of course when you're lighting it, you'll raise it up and down, and then if you want to change your wick, clean your globe, or change your globe, you pull this up, push this down away from your filler neck. So raise it up, put it back in, drop it back down, make sure it's in properly, flip it back around. So now we're going to drop it up, lock it in place, light the wick, drop it back down, and I killed it. Do it again. Okay, try this again, do it a little bit slower. Lower my wick down. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to turn the lights off. It's not completely dark in the house, as you can see. It's got a pretty good glow. I'll go down a little bit more. Anyhow, it's just another way to have a light in a bad situation, and they're not really all that expensive. I like them. It's kind of nostalgic. It goes along with the O-light here, which I really like it as well. It's nostalgic as well, but this here will give you a little bit of heat, and it's just another tier, another layer of lighting if you lose power. Now you can see, or maybe you can't see, I can see the smoke coming out of the top of it, so that's also going to be a concern, having some soot coming out. And you can control that too by how high you have the wick. You don't want to go down too far though, remember, because you'll lose your wick down into the tank, and then you'll have to take it apart and refeed your wick. Anyhow, like I was saying, another layer. The old Aladdin lamps, this style of lantern, the kerosene or the camp lantern, say from Coleman, this type of lantern that's electric, and of course your flashlights, and just good old-fashioned candles. A light like this I would not want to leave running in the middle of the night, simply because it gets bumped, knocked around. It is more of a fire hazard than, say, an electric lantern. So bear that in mind. Same way with candles. So this would be while I was awake. This would be while I just needed instant light. So it's going to make a head call in the middle of the night. Anyhow, I hope you guys got something out of it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and share it. Leave a comment if you'd like to. You can also reach me directly at xcooperx@protonmail.com if you don't want to have your comment seen visibly. And I respond to all emails and comments. Remember, there are a few problems in life that cannot be solved by Battleship Broadside. Have a good one, guys.